Hi, this is Kim Brown, and today we begin our Lenten journey with Ash Wednesday. If you were able to go to Mass, or if you're not able to go to Mass, go ahead and look at the readings and pay attention to the Gospel reading. It's from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 6. Now, Jesus Christ has been baptized, Jesus Christ went to the wilderness to be tested, and then Jesus Christ came to teach his disciples. And before this teaching that we have from today's reading, we have the Mount of the Beatitudes. Blessed are, right? But today's teaching, when Jesus talks about prayer, we have to recognize it is sandwiched between the lesson of almsgiving and the lesson of fasting. And so when we think of Lent and the Christian practices of praying, fasting, and almsgiving, we get a full understanding that these things are meant to be done together. They aren't supposed to be independently done. You don't just pick, am I going to pray? Am I going to fast? Am I going to give? They should be interconnected, right? Dependent upon one another. And so what should happen is our prayer time should lead us in our fasting, and our fasting should strengthen us in our prayer time. But at the same time, our fasting, what we're giving up, we should be then giving, right? The almsgiving. At the same time, who we are giving our alms to, we should also be praying for. So these things are meant to be connected together. And they're actually going to help us to grow against the vices of lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, and pride of life. Now, in another video, we will go into great detail about those in a good understanding. But what we need to recognize is today in the reading, we hear about the prayer. And as we begin this 40-day journey, I think it's important for us to recognize. And so I'm just going to focus on one part from today's reading. Jesus tells his disciples when they pray to go to the inner room. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't ever pray in churches or pray with other people. But what Jesus Christ is doing is he's inviting them to a deeper relationship. Think about that, your inner room. Now, for us as 21st century Christians, we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And so we think, should we have a prayer closet? If you have a prayer closet and an altar, that is something that is beautiful and great. But Jesus Christ is talking to first century Jews. There was a single room in their house. That single room is where they did the sleeping. That single room is where they ate their meals. That single room is even where the animals would come in. And so what we need to recognize when Jesus Christ is saying, go to your inner room, he's not saying this because he's only speaking to the rich people that live in palaces. He's inviting all of us to meet him into our heart. He wants to have a place in our heart. And if we pay attention to the psalm, one of the lines from the psalm, and one of my favorite things that we constantly hear, is create a clean heart for me, O God. We need to begin this Lenten season as we receive those ashes in remembrance of penance. But we also need to begin by asking Jesus Christ to create a clean heart for us. Help to make us pure. Help to remove those things that draw us away from you, and help us to create a place for you. So as you begin this Lenten season, I invite you to go to your inner room, to speak to Jesus directly, and to ask him to help show you and lead you what it is you need to do over these next 40 days. May God bless you.